Hey, this is John with LearningGuitarNow.com, and in this podcast, I'm going to teach you a little bit about playing over a slow blues. And in this case, it's going to be in the key of C. So the first thing you want to do when you're playing over a slow blues, it's pretty simple, is to determine what key you're in. And what we're going to do in this lesson is play it in the key of C, C7 chord. Now you must know what the 1, 4, and 5 chords are. I know this is pretty basic, but just hang with me. C7. You could play a F9 and your 5 chord, basic 1, 4, 5, the G9. So those are your chords in the 12-bar blues, key of C. Now when we're playing over a 12-bar blues, those chords, change during the course of a 12-bar. Just say we're going to take minor pentatonic scale on the 8th fret, your basic, everybody knows this scale. Pretty much the first scale everybody learns if they're playing blues guitar or rock guitar or whatever. But then I get a lot of questions about, what do you do when the chords change? Well, there's just a number of things that you can do. But this is going to be a couple little things that help you out if you're not really sure what you can do. So one easy thing to do is learn where all your the C notes. Where are all those C notes located in that first position? Minor pentatonic scale. So, you have one right when you start, pretty simple, on the 8th fret of the low E. An octave up on the D string, 10th fret. And then you have one on the 8th fret of the high E string. This is just a simple way to start learning how to play over the chords. So you got the C, C, C. Now what does that mean? That means every time the C chord comes around, it's pretty basic. You can always start a solo or end any phrase or just thing you're playing over a C chord on the C note. It's really basic. So we have a C chord. 2, 3. Simple lick. And then what's going to happen next is the F9, F7 chord, whatever it comes. Now you need to know where all your F notes are at. So you have an F note on the A string, on the 8th fret. You can start on there, end on there, a phrase. Up an octave, F note. We're going to go venture out just a little bit of the scale into an octave above that note, another F note. In the second position of the minor pentatonic scale on the high E string on the 13th fret. So you could end or start your phrase when that chord is happening on any of the F notes. Back to the C chord. End on the C note. Now your G chord is coming up next, the same thing. Where are your G notes at? G, up an octave to the 12th fret on the G string. First one is on the A string, 10th fret. 12th fret of the G string. And then now on the B string, you have one on the 8th fret. Same thing, I just ended on, I hit the G chord. Now the 4 chord 7, F7. End on that note, back to the C7. And you can see how it just sounds great when you end on those root notes, the C, the F, and the G. And then you're going to want to do that for all your 5 minor pentatonic positions, all up the neck. Say, I showed you that one in the second position, the 4 note. I was just simply ending on the root note. right there, that's a C note on the second position, 13th fret of the B string. And then, above, string above on the 13th fret of the high E string is a F note, which is your 4 chord. Move up 2 frets, 15 is your 5 chord note, a G. You can just hear the chords changing if you play like that. Also, another thing you can do is don't end on the note, bend up to the note. That's a note bent up to the G. I ended on the C note, the root note, when the chord went back. So it's easy to hear a chord change. Here you go. You can just hear the chords changing if you start playing like this. And once you learn all those notes, all 5 positions of the minor pentatonic scale, that starts opening up a lot of different possibilities. And then that is your step 1. After that, you can venture further into learning intervals, such as playing the major third 1 3 5 over each chord of the C, 1 3 5 4, first, third, and fifth, and then your G, first, third, and fifth, all over the neck in all those different positions. Some of the notes will not be contained entirely into the minor pentatonic scale. That's kind of when you venture into playing intervals, playing the 1 3 5, and then adding the flat 7 to each chord. I'm just kind of adding these 1 3 flat 7 arpeggios, intervals. There's different ways to play them and use them, but this is just a simple lesson on how to start doing this. So that's what you want to start working on. Take your 12-bar blues, learn where all the root notes are at, or whatever chord you're playing. C, in this case, key of C, you got C, F, and G. It means you got to learn your C, F, and G notes all over the place. And then you also have to know, memorize your 12-bar blues progression and learn when the chords are changing, and that's when you can end on those notes. So that's it for this lesson. Hopefully that will help you out when playing a slow blues, or any type of blues for that matter. For more information about learning blues guitar, please visit learningguitarnow.com, and I'll see you next time.